It's been a good long-ass offseason, it feels like. Feels like anytime football's gone, it's like a year, an eternity or something like that. I get to deal with boring-ass baseball all off-season. But we're back, and I'm here joined today with some of our lovely members of the league, Mr. John Ostad.
How's it going, guys?
And then finally getting up on the Google Hangout game. I don't know why you got that off. Keith Tillman.
Gotta get ready for the end of the season.
I'm just going to pan away from you.
What's that for?
Hey, don't worry, Keith. I'm going to be getting that. I'll be getting that from you here in a few months.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Until then,
That way, Eric can hold the dual championship belts.
I'm just gonna keep it warm on bit nuts.
I'm going to be like Mayweather, holding across all different weight classes.
One across your waist and two on your arms.
Yeah, I got the FBO, WBO, FBFGC, welterweight, blah blah blah, like a bunch of made up stupid stuff. So
I'll keep it warm on Des nuts.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and knock into this real quick. I told you I'd get a video out. I'm gonna try to get a couple longer ones starting this next week, but we're just gonna go over real quick, just kind of recap the draft, where everybody's teams are standing as we get ready to roll into week one. Games start tomorrow, which is awesome. And then we'll just look over the matchups and do some quick matchup picks, and then we'll call it a day. So I guess moving in, we kind of discussed before we did this. We're gonna, instead of actually doing a draft ranking, it's kind of silly because we've already had like 4 or 5 trades already made. So we're just gonna go based on what everybody's teams are at right now. So we broke it down in 3 tiers. We'll go ahead and I'll let Ostad talk first real quick. Who'd you put in tier 3? Well, collectively we put in tier 3, but who do we got on there?
So we got Cash, Wellborn, James, right?
No, I think we got Nate and Leonard on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Nate and Leonard. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate and Leonard. Yeah.
All right, so I know we got a couple of the new guys, actually 3 of the new guys in the bottom tier, which I'm sure they're going to be all nice and happy about, but it's nothing personal, more or less just because you got some quality names on the team, but more or less the needs aren't there, and we're looking across the board, and it's looking fairly empty. And as much as I hated to do it, and this is just an early statement because Nate always finds a way to make it to the end, but Nate's team is kind of on the in no man's land right now, and I know it's early to say because anything can happen, but preseason stuff, I'm feeling like he should have been higher after that draft, and right now he's unfortunately the top guy in that bottom tier. So I don't know, man. We'll see. What's up with your boys, Keith? You told me they we were going to see an interesting draft coming in, and we got them at the bottom.
I mean, you told me you put them in the bottom because they're black.
Hang on, let me cut back to myself. I did not.
Maybe we should cut that out and go back.
Oh, there ain't no cutting out. Trying to stir up the pot. That's how it is every year. Somebody trying to cause some stupid drama.
That's why I wasn't at the top, because I'm only half.
Oh. Dude, you say we kept you in the tier 2 because we didn't want anybody up in the top?
Go put me at the top with the white guys, not at the black
Gotta be easy, right?
black guys. Stick me in the middle.
Killing me, man.
That's y'all's commission.
Hey, let me say real quick. All fantasy owners' lives matter, okay?
Well, right now we're all tied for first, so I think we're good.
There you go. All right, well, that's where we're at right now. Nothing personal on the bottom side. It's just strictly based on what we're working with going into the season. There's potential all across the board. I mean, we're talking some pretty good quarterbacks. Luck, Phillip Rivers. I mean, there's some good quality people. It's more or less just some holes here and there. So keep moving on. What we got in the tier 2? We all know you're in it because you, spoiler alert.
Well, because I'm half.
Who else we got up in there?
We got James, Fish, and John.
We
James,
got-
Fish, and John.
Okay. You got any reasoning on that? Is it because we had to just put some white people in the middle tier 2?
Mix it up.
James is mixed with me, so.
Oh, that's right. So okay, I see how it is. That's how we and then we lit the cream rise to the top.
I think with all of them, majority of them have stars in either the back or receiver or both.
Yeah, I want to say John's sitting pretty. Here's the thing with John. John's team, it should be probably a lot better right now. Early on, he's going to have to weather the storm with Bell being suspended and then Blount being suspended, and then like I said, who knows what goes on in New England. But if Blount's like anything like he was in the playoffs, then he's pretty much set at running back. So
Did he draft 3 defenses?
he drafted who?
Did he draft 3 defenses? Because he's got
Probably. He did that last year. He held 4 defenses ransom, and he actually had 3 really good defenses. So.
I mean, I understand that well-being, but you've got to play matchups more than just defense. Because, I mean, you have 3 defenses. You can't play 3 defenses. I mean, granted, you can play 2 wide receivers and another wide receiver at flex, or you can play 2 running backs and another running back at flex, but you can't play another defense. So, I mean, there's really no point of having that many defenses. Unless he's going to trade.
Well, I'm sure he's going to try to trade him, but you know how everybody's with defenses. Defenses are like kickers. You can pretty much go based on matchups or just try to get lucky on them. So anything's possible whenever you go that route. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like his team is just filled with a bunch of suspended and hurt people on his bench. So anything could happen. He could easily be a team that sinks to the bottom, or he could be a team that makes a really good run. I mean, it seems like John he's one of those guys that always finds a way to the playoffs. I actually want to say this is actually our 9th year, so I think for 10 years we need to do something nice to celebrate. But this is our 9th year, and I want to say of those 9 years, me and John have actually made it. Well, of the 8 before, we've made it to the playoffs every year. And there's some people that have come in, the years that they started doing in the league that have made it every year. So we got a pretty decent, run of people that know what they're doing. So we'll see what happens there. I think we talked it over that Fish has got a pretty good squad, but just because it's Fish and his mentality, he could take a talent and just lower the bar. So he's down in Tier 2 for sure. He's got Tier 1 level talent, but because of the owner, we're going to bring him down to Tier 2.
I really like
what are you going to say, Keith?
I was going to say, I mean, at the top of that tier, I really like James' team.
Oh, James. Yeah, James is, and we talked about this. We weren't sure where we wanted to put James at. James is definitely right there on the border of 1-2. Really good draft. That number 1 pick, everybody gets super envious about. Did he have 1? He had 2 this year. Who had 1? Who had the number 1 pick this year?
No, I thought he had 1.
Yeah. Oh, he did have 1. He did have 1. That's right, because John had 2. Okay, so that number 1 pick, man, it's not always easy. Everybody gets all excited about that number 1 pick, but you still got to wait 20 picks in between or whatever, just like everybody else. And if you're not, paying attention to what you're doing or looking at your needs and buying matchups and everything like that, you could be hurting. So I think James did a great job, drafting at that 1 position. Peterson is going to I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended for literally killing somebody on the field this year. So I think he's going to have a great year. So overall, Tier 2, and that's the thing. We didn't really have anybody except for maybe John's team that was really just kind of like middle of the run. Everybody else is really close to the top, and I think we have it's just a funky year with running backs being so thin, a lot of questionable players. Nobody knows who's going to be good or anything like that. So it's just a weird middle of the road for a lot of people this year. So all right, well, moving on. We're going to move into that top tier. We had Keith and James kind of on the border, but apparently we're keeping halves down in the Tier 2. So let's move to the showing glowing white top Tier 1. So it looks like we got Fawcett, Mr. John Ostad, and believe it or not, well, obviously myself. We all know how that's going to go. So, and Osborne makes top Tier 1, which is amazing. It is crazy to see Osborne back in here and doing something. Granted, the season hasn't started. We haven't made it to week 2, which is usually his burning out point. So anything can happen. But there's a lot of those top tier teams, man. There's a lot of people across the board. Ostad, who do you like, obviously, out of that top tier?
I mean, we talked about earlier, I liked Osborne's team because he's got Alshon and Des Bryant. I mean, those two right there are going to produce like 20, 25 touchdowns with the both of them.
Yeah,
he's got T.Y. on the bench. I mean, obviously he needs to put him in the starting lineup.
He moved him to Keith.
And then, oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he moved on. So he's got the only question mark I see on his team is Joseph Randle, and we're not sure what he's going to do yet. So outside of that, he's solid at wide receiver, and then I want to say he's good. I mean, he's got Big Ben at quarterback, and he's okay. But I mean, he's going to throw like 400 yards a game, or at least attempt to. So
yeah. I mean, I think Vincent Jackson needs to be probably in his flex rather than Keenan Allen.
I don't know, man. Vincent was. I don't know. I see what he's doing because Keenan had a really good rookie year, and then he had a subpar last year. So he's probably banking off the fact that he's going to bounce back. That entire Chargers offense is going to be a little bit different. So there's a lot of things up in the air now. Do what?
Yeah, a new offensive coordinator, didn't they?
Yeah. I want to say.
I thought Merv Turner. What was his name?
It's not North Turner because he went to Minnesota because they're talking about that vertical attack this year in Minnesota being a thing.
Oh, I thought I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong then. I
don't remember who they got. I know what you're talking about. They got somebody going on out there out west. Fawcett's team's always pretty good. He's standing pat, man. Ostad and Fawcett are adamant about standing pat this week one to let it play out. So I'm okay with that. I got no complaints about that. I was messing with Ostad, Keith. He texted me. I kept hitting him up with like 20 different trade offers. So then I said, all right, Marshawn and Julio for Edelman. And then he tries to be sly and he goes, yeah, I think I can do that. I said, I bet you can.
I texted him right back, and I knew he was going to say something like that. I texted him right back. I was like, oh, sure, okay, let's do that. I got you.
Yeah, I could hear how casual he's trying to be through the phone. Yeah, you know what? It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to look over the numbers, but I think I could pull that off. Yeah. He said, you douche. I said, hey, man, I was just trying to see where your head at. You said you weren't going to make any deals, so I just wanted to throw one out there to you. So, Fawcett's team real quick, just running down him real quick. He's good at wide receiver. Mike Evans, Demaryius Thomas, Olsen's good. Olsen's going to be the only guy on the Panthers that's catching anything this year for them, so he's probably going to be lighting it up. The only question mark is Bradford and DeMarco. He's got two banger bust kind of people, and they're on the same exact team. So that could be a huge lottery ticket, or it could be one of the worst things you've ever seen. So.
I think it's going to work out.
To be honest with you, like I really like Mike Evans last year, but I mean, I don't know really how Jameis Winston's going to do at starting quarterback. That's my only apprehension about. I was going to draft Evans, and I was like, man, I just don't know because he could come out and have a really good year if Winston has a good year, but if Winston doesn't have a good year, I don't really know about him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've actually heard that a lot of people are down on Mike Evans this year. Even after his great season, a lot of people are trusting VJax a lot more. So it's going to be interesting. Anytime you got a rookie quarterback, anything can happen. Nobody knows anything. So,
yeah, all right. I like the risk he took with Sam Bradford, though. I think he's a sleeper as long as he can stay healthy.
Well, that's been his entire career, man. Like there was a reason why he was drafted number one. He killed it at OU. He's a great player, great personality. But if you can't stay healthy, then that's just something else. But I think Chip Kelly's offense is going to be good for him because there's going to be a lot of dink and dunks. There's not going to be too many, him standing back in the pocket for way too long. He's going to have tons of crossover routes and stuff that's coming out of the backfield. So it's just tons of stuff that's going to be basically perfect for him. So
I don't know if you noticed, but he's got both DeMarco and Carlos Hyde's backups on the bench.
Hey man, he's trying to
got strategy
save up. Yeah, he's not trying to get jammed up. Just like every year, Jamal Charles gets hurt and Niles Davis comes in and holds it down for about 6 weeks. I feel like that's your play for the last 2 years, Keith. Is just stash Niles Davis away. You got him this year too?
I don't got him this year. I was gonna get him, but you told me I was.
That's like every year, though.
Oh man!
But I mean, he's got Greg Olsen at tight end. He's gonna have another solid year because you got Kelvin Benjamin out for the year. So I mean, that's nothing but daylight for Greg.
Yeah, he's solid right there.
Yeah, I mean, I like Greg Olsen. I had him last year, and everybody was down on him, and he held it into the end. Man, he was still putting. I want to say he went like top 5 in tight ends or something like that. So he's
1,000 yard at least.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good receiver. It's just, we'll see. He's literally going to be like the only one down there now that Kelvin Benjamin is done for the year. So, so that leaves me and Ostad. I already know who I got Ostad at number 1. So we'll talk about him in a second. Mine's pretty quick, straightforward. I sold my soul and went for Brady, it hurts me so bad to have to draft him. Like, it literally, like, when we were doing the draft, you weren't in there, Ostad, but because me and Fossa are both pretty big, obviously, Broncos fans. We can't stand that guy. And I told Fawcett, I said,
Tears right now.
Okay, so if you didn't draft, who are you going to take?
Who do what?
If you didn't draft Brady, who are you going to take?
I don't even remember who my options were. I still was sitting okay because he was honestly, I think, one of the last, I guess.
Was that your first pick?
That was my.
That was your third pick.
No, that was my fourth pick.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to say I picked him number 4, and then I picked Bell number 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have him anymore, but yeah, I did. So Brady's gonna light it up. He's like Peterson, man. I just imagine he is just going to just rip apart some people this year, because he wants to go out there and prove that he didn't cheat, even though everybody knows he cheated. So, you can't text somebody about deflating balls, and the guy's name is the deflator in your phone, and then say it's because that dude was trying to lose weight. How stupid do they think the public is when it comes to this kind of situation? So, but anyways, I went out and got my cornerstone. I know everybody was getting on me in the draft because they knew I was already hitting the panic button on running back right out the gate. So I had to start stashing eye candy wide receivers to try to get someone. So Marshawn's my bread and butter. I'm just going to ride him into the end. Ingram's kind of a question mark. A lot of people forgot he made top 15 last year. When I say that, nobody believes me until they look up the stats and they're like, "Oh, damn, he did." He was on Nate's winning team. That's the only reason I remember that.
He only missed 3 games last year, and he only had 1 bad game because that was the game after he came back from that broken arm or hand or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the thing. Again, if he stays healthy, the only thing that scares me a little bit is I don't know what CJ's going to do down there. Spiller can never stay healthy, so I really shouldn't be that worried, but. He could be a nice, X factor, third down back, kind of like Sproles was back in his days. So we'll see. Julio is going to rip it up. I 100% believe this, that he will be the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy this year, and I 100% believe that. Don't act like you don't believe it too, Keith.
I think he will too. I give you that.
He's going to.
Okay, so what was our trade? It was Julio and Frank Gore for.
It was similar to the Marshawn deal. It was, instead of Dez, it was Julio. So it was Julio and Frank Gore. I don't even think I was going to be able to add. I think I talked about adding in a third, but it was for Jamal Charles.
Yeah, and I was borderline 90% going ahead with this. Just all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I don't know what happened.
You hit the B button on me at the last second.
I did the whatchamacallit in Ohio.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was putting in time on that one, Keith, and then at the last second he goes, "Nah, you know what? I think I'm all right." Just it gets super cold in the conversation. I said, "Well, if I see what this
funny is, I was at AT&T. Me and Leonard worked together. And we were sitting right next to each other, and Leonard goes, "Hey, Mike just sent me this trade." I was like, "Who'd you send me?" He was like, "Man, he sent me Julio and Ingram." I started laughing out on I felt my phone vibrate. I looked at it, I was like, "No, he just sent me the same shit for."
I think I even told you. I said I sent you guys both the same trade.
You just copy and pasted it and send it to everybody.
That's not true. Here's the deal. If I think that cookie cutter mold trade is worthy of a top X, running back, then I'm just going to go ahead and send it to those people that fit the mold of a top blah, blah, blah running back. So hey, but that's the thing. Whenever I got Marshawn, Julio didn't appeal to him, and I tried to do that deal across the board in different areas, and Julio didn't appeal. And Dez did, which is why I drafted Dez first. I was going to draft Julio first, but I knew, knowing this league and how everybody likes them some Dez, that Dez was going to be more valuable to me. And that's fine because I'm keeping Julio, and I believe 100% in Julio. So that worked out on that side. The rest of the way, Jason Witten, man, I hope he has an okay year, bounces back a little bit. He's still Tony's, favorite bro, so I'm hoping that works out. And then my wide receivers are kind of hit or bust, I guess, the way Keith said it right now. It's too early to know what's up. Who's what? John Brown?
Yeah, what do you think about John Brown this year?
I think he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver.
I think too. Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Fitzgerald's taking a back seat now.
Yeah, he's too old at this point. If anything, he's going to be out there. He's still going to draw coverage, and he's still going to, make a few plays. But at this point in time, it's time to move on to somebody else. So that's why I chose John Brown and Charles Johnson, because I got 2 guys that, they're young. I think it's their time to start making some moves. So if it pays off, it pays off for me. And if not, then I'm I'm still feel okay. Hey, Austin, what do you think about James Jones? You gonna do anything this year?
I was just about to bring that up. Like, I think that's a sleeper pickup right there. Just because, I mean, Devontae Adams, I mean, you don't really know about him, and Randall Cobb. If he got hurt, James Jones could move right up into number 1 right there.
Well, they got him in the 3 right now, which is good, and he's got a rapport still with Rodgers, so I was excited to pick him up.
Years.
Yeah, and he can still play. Like, he had good years with Oakland. Like, he still had decent numbers, and obviously he wasn't having Rodgers back there throwing to him, so that's going to be an entirely different situation.
Right.
So my bench is basically there's probably a good 4 receivers that I have that could do something this year or could not. Like everybody says, way too early to see on them. So I'm unfortunately going to ride 3 wide receiver set, which is not how I roll. I like to run that 3 running back set. But this year,
every year you get old Tucker too.
Yeah, man. Hey, he holds it down for me. Anytime he's going to put up like 30 points on the final game and kick a 61-yard field goal to win everything for you, you just ride or die with him till the end. He's got your back.
That was great.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to text you during the draft and tell you I was going to take Tucker in front of you.
I went up earlier than I should have to get him because I knew somebody was going to do it. I said, forget this crap. I'm getting my kicker. I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, those wide receivers we're just going to see. That's going to be really my only downfall or kind of helping me out. So I'm hoping something pans out right then and there. So all right, that moves us on real quick. Looking at Ostad's team, I personally said he had the best draft. I don't know if you chimed in or not on that one, Keith, because he hasn't made any trades, and he sat in that perfect sweet spot when it comes to running backs. We talked about this year about how thin. I don't even know how it happened because it wasn't as bad last year, but all of a sudden this year we're talking handful top 5 backs that you can 100% trust, and then outside of that, you got that weird mid-tier range, and then there's nothing after that. You're literally reaching after that point. You're just hoping and praying that you end up getting somebody. So I also got to say that your name made me laugh. Well, I feel like some people are going to get it and some people weren't going to get it. So it made me laugh. I told Keith to don't do them D's Nuts one because you were like, D's Nuts or this other one. I said, do something else. You're so much. At least you brought it down to Des Nuts, so that one at least got me a little bit. So. Yeah. All right, so, that was the other thing. He was going to take the deal because you got Matt Ryan as your starting quarterback, and pairing that up with Julio, like I did last year, would have been just, oh my God, it's like a symphony that just goes off, and you cannot stop listening when they are just ripping it up. So, running backs out the gate, Lamar Miller, Jamal Charles, that's probably the best tandem that anybody has. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. And then you scroll down, and then you look, and you see that Arian Foster, that's only going to be out 3 weeks, is sitting on the bench ready to ride. So instantly, if he's anything like he was last year, there's that 3-headed monster that everybody wants to achieve, and it could be there. I'd probably say the only weakness you got is you got a lot of deep threat wide receivers that are kind of hit or miss. Deshaun, he fell late. I know that's why he took him because he was supposed to go in like the 5th round. And he was still sitting there like 9, 10 or something like that. But Edelman, he'll get his points. If this was PPR, he would be awesome.
Deshaun Jackson is because I knew Edelman is going to get a lot of red zone touches, but Deshaun Jackson is going to eat up those yards.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm for sure. Like I said, if Foster comes back and he's anything this year, you are going to be golden. What you got to say on that one, Keith?
I mean, one of the things that you kind of overlook too is, I think Martellus Bennett's going to be a beast. Alshon Jeffrey, he having some injury issues already.
Right.
And not only that, but if Julius Thomas comes back and he's even half of what he was last year, that'll be a great trading asset.
Yeah, I'm worried about him just because he got work done on his hand. I know he's going to come out in a cast and think he's going to do something, so in the beginning he's going to be awful. But if he can, if he gets healthy, he's still Julius Thomas. He's not going to have Peyton Manning back there, but he's still going to be a physical specimen that can still go up and down the field. So that could be. Oh yeah, for sure. That's especially in Jacksonville. If they make it anywhere near the red zone, they're going to at least attempt to get it to him 1 or 2 down. So
unless this year's any different, they're always playing down. So
yeah, I know. We talked about it before. I'm hoping that one day they actually start getting good again because I miss. It's rare that you ever see a an expansion team do well, and they did so well and like hit their ceiling in the first like year or two of their expansion, and they just have not been the same ever since. So, all right, real quick, let's do this. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up on the screen. I'm gonna go over the matchups, and we're just gonna do quick fire. We're not even gonna like talk about it. I'm just gonna go. We're gonna look at the matchups, and then I'm gonna go around and ask everybody who they think real quick, and then we'll call it a day. So right here, I'm gonna start on. Luck for the win versus them TDs, though. So we got new guys. Paulus Cash II, somebody that has the best name in the league. What's up? Yeah? Okay.
I'll give you the D later, honey.
Wait, which one? That one, right? Okay.
Oh,
Later.
Boys.
Pretty sure that you. All right. Anyways, okay. Real quick. So I'm pulling this up. Let me go to the viewer real quick.
that's funny.
Okay, got it.
Oh man.
Oh no, I did the wrong thing. My bad. Oh, here it is. Screen share. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna just go over this real quick, and then we're gonna see if you guys can see that on my screen. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Oops, hang on. Let me go back to me. Okay. All right, so right out the gate, we got two new guys. Paulus Cash II, the strongest name you will ever see. Seriously, that guy's name. You better have a firm handshake to go along with that name, man. And then Bobby Wellborn. Wellborn is probably what he's going to go by. Both new guys in our league. So we got a battle of the new guys out the gate. All right, we're just going to go quick fire. So I'll let you start off, Keith, and I'll finish up, and then we'll move on to the next one. Who you got?
I got Paulus on that one.
All right.
Yeah, I got Cash.
I think the first 4 players that you see on the screen is going to win it for him.
Right.
My only question mark is McCoy. I'm going to go against the grain. We'll go against the grain and say...
With Antonio?
Yeah, I'm going to say Antonio, and Amari surprises some people. I'm going to go against the grain on that one. Even though Luck's going to throw up probably like 40 points, man. I felt like he was doing that every single game last year. So, and I want to say Fossa got him in like the 3rd or 4th round, so that was pretty much a steal for him.
Yeah.
All right, so 2-1, taking Cash on that one. We're going to move on. We got Fawcett versus Michael Fisher, the real Michael Fisher, not the gibberish doppelganger out there. Childish Grambinos versus Morning Woodhead. Who you got? Osteb?
I mean, just Tannehill right there. I mean, you just never know with him week to week, but I would say Ryan is going to take it.
Yeah. I mean, I can argue that Ryan's the best team in the league right now, and he's got some favorable matchups, so I'm going with Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably stick with you, too. I'm just going to go on the conventional wisdom that Chip Kelly's offense puts up numbers. He's got that nice handcuff with Bradford and Murray. We're just going to look at the glass half full right here because, like I said, we've talked about his injury past. Both of them, man. Bradford and DeMarco both have injury past. The rest of his lineup's pretty solid. So if these two guys do anything, that's going to pretty much be a devastating combo. I'm not sure about Doug Martin. I'm not even going to tell him about this. I'm going to let him figure out that one on his own, about Mr. Green. And I mean, Calvin Johnson used to be number 1, but not so much anymore. So I'm with you guys. I think I'm going to pick Ryan on this first one. Here, we'll even come down here and vote. There you go. Making it legit now. Oh my God, no! I messed it up. Now it's going to make me actually log in. Okay, so forget that. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Let's just go ahead and do mine. I think it's up here at the top. No, I mean, we're holding that to the end. I forgot about that one. All right, so here we go. Michael Fisher again. Somehow access 2 accounts. So it's his doppelganger Ryan Osborne versus Team McMillan, the most original team name in the league.
I never ever changed my team name.
Yeah, everybody knows how much I hate just team blah blah blah. So he's like, I think I'm gonna roll with Team Ostad this year. Yeah. All right, go ahead, real quick. Who do you think?
Scroll up a little bit.
No, real quick. Who do you think?
Oh,
scroll up. My bad. Okay. Go ahead.
I think I got Osborne in this one. I mean, he's got Jeffrey and Brian right there. I think I got Roethlisberger's going to throw over 1,000 yards every game.
Yeah, I got Jibber Jabber.
You said you got who, Keith?
Jibber Jabber.
Jibber Jabber over here. Jibber Jabber Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I'm probably, you know what, out of respect, I'm going to pick Nate just because he's the reigning champ. Until otherwise, you know, unfortunately, he's going to be staying that way. So I personally, like we talked about, I think his team's a little on the mid-tier, low-tier kind of side at the moment. And I like a lot of Ryan's matchups, but just out of respect, I'm going to give Nate the go-ahead for the week. So moving on real quick, we got Leonard versus Osted. I don't even think this one's going to be close, personally, but go ahead, Osted. Go ahead and give me your honest opinion. Don't hold back.
I mean, I think I'm going to take this one just because Jamal Charles has a really good matchup with Houston's D, and Lamar Miller with Washington's D right there, hands down.
All right, go ahead. Keith?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Austin, but I think this might be the matchup of the week. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a lot closer than they're giving him credit for.
Yeah, because Leonard's projected totals are low, man. All right, so let me just throw this one out there because I'm not like even spitting trash. Like, I 100%. Emmanuel Sanders ranked 6th last year in the league. He will not even be a top 10 wide receiver this year. I 100% believe that.
Who is he? Is he number 1 on that team?
No, he's number 2 because Demaryius is number 1, and they're already running the ball more. So you know Demaryius is getting all the touchdowns.
How about that? Yeah.
This is not the offense of last year, and I tried telling Leonard that, and he don't believe me because I know he keeps telling me Emmanuel Sanders is cold, which I 100% believe. He's an awesome receiver.
But did they draft any wide receivers in their draft this year?
No, but they got that Cody Latimer. He was a rookie last year. They're moving to the third spot. So, I mean, he's safe in the number 2 spot. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get good yardage, everything like that. But this is not the vertical attack like they were last year. C.J. Anderson is going to dominate the backfield like nobody's business this year. So, I already told you I got to pick you right out the gate. He's got right at the top Aaron Rodgers and Matt Forte, which is going to be a deadly combo all year. But outside of that, the backup runner, or the Isaiah Crowell, his number 2 running back's kind of iffy. He's got a pretty decent wide receiver set. Still got to figure out what's going on with that. His tight end is horrible. You have pretty amazing running backs right out the gate, and then like I said, when Foster come back, it's going to get even better. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose you on this one as well. But anything can happen. We've seen some weird ass matchups in week 1 go crazy. So all right, so battle of couple OGs of the league. We got Mr. Goundry, the Gown Hound. Bad News Kennels bringing back an old school throwback name when Vic was getting in trouble. He's even got the sweet puppy dog photo. And we got James actually doing a real team name instead of like stupid ass like Team World Police or whatever the hell he had going on last year. So this one is, well, it's not close. Never mind. All right, go ahead. I know who I'm picking. Go ahead.
I mean, I thought that was a selfie up there with Jake Goundry, but.
Oh, yeah? Oh, damn. All right, also, we got real quick.
It's got to be James.
Keith?
James.
I'm with you as well. I'm taking James for sure on this one. He's got nice wide receiver combo. Even Allen Robinson's not a bad choice because, like Keith said, they're going to be behind all the time in Jacksonville. If Murray stays healthy, he showed last year he's got the speed, power to be a good back. And if Peterson is going to, like I talked about earlier, I would not be surprised if he honestly just absolutely demolishes somebody to the point where they may never even get to play again. So I'm taking James as well. And this one,
I think Peterson's doing timeouts now too, so he should be safe.
Oh yeah, is that his new? He said no more switches. We're just gonna go straight through timeouts.
Timeouts and taking the Xbox away.
You know, those are probably the most intense timeouts you've ever seen, though.
Yeah. It's probably sitting in the corner just staring at him.
Yeah. What's going on with our stuff over here? All right, so here we go. This is the one that I got listed as the matchup of the week. Yeah, not because it's just me and Keith because we're in this call, but because we got some side history. Keith, do you want to give them a history lesson, or do you want me to tell the truth and let everybody know what's up?
So, I've had a bad last couple of years, but my first year as a rookie, Mike beat me in the championship. We've had some bad blood. I've accused him of a lot of things. And that will continue, but I will win this year.
All right, well, let me set it straight. Keith comes in his first year and loses, I think, 2 games all year. He's talking mad shit all year, running up in there, number one, holding it down, about to come up in your league and show you what's up, blah, 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 blah. Gets bounced first round by a guy that barely makes the playoffs. I go on to win that year, right? He thinks he's daddy. Next year, he goes into a downward spiral and can't even figure out how to set his lineup properly, right? He's talking about trying to make bottom tier championship, the toilet bowl. And then last year, he sneaks into the freaking playoffs because he runs on this nasty streak of I want to say it was like Billy.
Didn't you have like 4 in a row?
Yeah, it was. Nah, he only had to win like 2 or 3 or something. Like I was the guy that had to
one
win.
of those guys.
Right.
Was terrible. Had one win against you, Mike.
He keeps bringing up that one, but Billy got like that one win against me, which almost crushed my season. I was the one that had to win 5 straight. That was the one that literally almost killed me. That I had to go all the way. So. With all that said, here we go. Matchup of the week with a stipulation. We got a King Daddy bet on the side. The winner officially becomes the daddy. And you can't take my birth certificate idea, Keith.
I have your birth certificate ready to be mailed to you, son. It's ready. This is your birth certificate. I'm going to mail it to you.
I'll come up with such a good idea, and the Keith goes, "Oh yeah, I'm taking that one." So. Whoever wins is officially daddy. And then side bet also is we lose the team name, and it can be changed as many times for 3 weeks, which I love. So I can't wait to get your
change it every single day.
Yeah, I'm about to get him like crazy. I'm gonna text him every 30 minutes. You know, I'm actually feeling this team name right here.
I went on vacation just to fuck with you every hour of the day.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to let Ostad, you're going to be the peacekeeper in the middle because we already know what me and Keith are picking. So you're going to be the tiebreaker and give a quick, brief explanation, and we'll wrap this up.
Can you click on Show Bench real quick?
Yeah.
So
This is TY, by the way, right here. This is TY.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, obviously, this is a pretty even matchup. Depending on what Larry Donnell does and Witten does, I think this is pretty close. I mean, Alfred Blue, you just don't know. But, I mean, same thing with Charles Johnson. You don't know because, I mean, he's really not very tested. I mean, let's see. Go scroll up a little bit. What's the projected points right now?
I want to say when he gets in, it's going to be 90 to 94 on his side, I think, which is weird because somebody got a downgrade on my side because it was even. It was like 93 to 94 or something like that. But anyways, that's what it's looking at right now.
You're going to have to play matchups here, honestly. I mean, he's got some good matchups with the Jets playing Cleveland. I'm going to say Mike on this one just because of Brady coming out against Pittsburgh.
I would say I'm a little worried about Brady on this one just because it's so quick, but I know he's going to be ready. I think my biggest issue or my biggest win is definitely going to be Julio against the Philly D. Yeah. They don't know. They have nothing in the secondary. So if Julio can figure out to not blow out his Achilles like he somehow does, he'll be all right. Just like James with AJ Green, I normally go for him, but last year when he couldn't figure out how to put his shoe on without blowing out that toe, I got a little upset about that one. So yeah. So all right. Well, this is it's going to be an interesting week one. I'm definitely glad it's been here. I think Fawcett said it best, man. We actually, or maybe it was Osborne, I think, we did a draft, the latest we've ever done. This was probably this is definitely the latest one we've done. We've talked about trying to do one the week of, and we finally got it. And it's only been 3 days, I think, since we drafted, and yet it still feels like an eternity before football starts. So I'm excited for this week to happen. I'm excited for the new guys to be up in here. I'm hoping that everybody keeps staying involved. And we just keep getting every single year we keep getting better and better. Hopefully Keith doesn't get an easy ass schedule towards the end. So
I won't need it. I just want him to just play all my guys on the bench because I'll be in the playoffs by then.
Yeah. You're going 10-0 into the final 2 weeks, and you're just gonna rest up.
That's right. Put my bench in there, rest up, let my bench player get some development in there, and be ready for next season.
There you go. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We'll until next time. Like I said, I'll get out the videos a little sooner. I was traveling this last week, so. But yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Thursday football tomorrow night. Even if you don't got guys playing, I'm sure everybody will be watching. So until next time.
All right, bye. See you guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.